A very entertaining time. The people over in Afghanistan. Taliban bans windows to stop women being seen inside homes. The Taliban have banned windows that look onto areas where Afghan women could be seen inside their homes. Seeing women working in kitchens, in courtyards, or collecting water from wells can lead to obscene acts, government spokesperson Mujid posted on X Saturday. Newsweek has contacted Afghan Minister of Foreign Affairs via email for comment. Basically, they're saying this right here, what they're doing right now in Afghanistan, as they're turning their women into, like, they've done it already, but in my personal opinion, they're turning their women into like fourth and fifth class citizens. They're basically saying women in that country can't even talk.
They're not even allowed to talk to each other. They're not allowed to hear each other. No, they're not allowed to hear each other's voices.
It's crazy, man. Like, they don't. What are we doing? Where are we at right now? It's like medieval, worse than medieval times.
That's
if you really
crazy.
want to think about it.
They're not allowed to see them, and they're not allowed to talk. All women, they're only going to be allowed to be abused by men and sexually assaulted. That's all. They have no voice.
Basically, you're here to make babies and to cook and clean, and that's it. I'm going to say this. I can fathom. I can kind of see where they're going. I understand. You look at certain societies and where,
bruh.
Let me finish before you jump into that. I'm not saying that I like what they're doing. My whole first statement told you guys how I really feel about it. That's the worst thing in the world you could ever do to your society, is get rid of a half of the voices, half of the brains in your society. That doesn't make sense. What I'm saying is, I see where they're going. They don't want their women, like, look at our society. Women are overly sexualized. There's a lot of they probably have a lot of rape and stuff going on in their countries too. Let's just be real. They can cover it up. They can hide it. You know what I mean? What they got going on.
Well,
but I do see
gets sexually assaulted and they find out, like, some countries, they beat the woman for it. Like, why put yourself in that situation?
All I'm saying is, I see that with them being more of a religious-based government, I see where their minds are. That doesn't mean I agree with you. Just because I can understand you doesn't mean I agree with you at all. Just I can look at a person like, oh, I understand why you robbed that bank. You think I agree with you robbing that bank? No, but I know you broke, and so you're gonna go rob a bank. Okay, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I'm saying. I don't agree at all with taking your women or taking your men or taking anybody and making them fourth and fifth class citizens and not letting them speak to each other. Like, that's crazy to me. That's me.
And the way there's no uproar here from America is kind of, telling in itself. But I mean, like, we're not that far off of getting these crazy laws. They remember that the law in Florida, where they had to get, like, what was it, 60% of the vote?
Factual.
They could, you had to get 60% of the vote to keep abortion on there.
60%.
Stacked it on, and they got 55.
Think about this, man.
The law still passed, but it didn't pass. No, they got all the votes, but it didn't pass.
The majority did not rule. The majority did not rule. They wanted a super majority in order for it to rule. You made it impossible. Basically, like, hey, I think they might even got 59%. Something crazy.
Something crazy.
You know what I'm saying? They were right there to get it. I mean, just something ridiculous. Like, you need a super majority if you want to be able to do what a simple majority should be able to do any other time. Look at our country right now. If a woman has a miscarriage and they don't know really how it happened, they can charge you with murder. Let's not act like we're not already here.
Yeah.
We are these people. We're just not saying you can't talk to each other about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. You know what I mean? That's the way this is who we are as a whole. But
and then let me